Muy buenos a todos y bienvenidos a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Vamos a seguir a hacer el capítulo. Bueno, vamos a empezar con el capítulo 5 ya, que es el último el último capítulo, el último momento de la saga del primer juego. Que ya... Esto lo vimos, mira, esto lo vimos al final del vídeo anterior. Que para mí han pasado semanas, creo, desde el último vídeo. Pero bueno, he tenido que ponerme al día. Vale. De una persona son dos. Dos iguales en dos edificios diferentes que cometen un crimen a la vez. Vale, creo que el juego lo estáis escuchando un poco fuerte, ¿no? Vale, ¿puede ser que esto sea en la policía? Esta persona que parece ligeramente como mía ha clavado un cuchillo en algún sitio de la comisaría. No, no. Gamshu no. Que no me toquen a Gamshu. Vale, para la iluminación, es que si meto la cámara más por aquí es peor. Si me quedo así es como más bien. Esa maldita iluminación, estoy harto. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. Joder. I've had offers, but none I took. Phoenix, ¿estás tonto o qué? That is, until the day that the girl showed up. Phoenix, no seas tonto. Estoy sin trabajo, pero me han hecho ofertas. Ya, pero es que no he pillado ninguna. Joder. Estamos en 22 de febrero, un par de meses después de el episodio anterior. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? Estás como Maya, pero raro. My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Uy, pásate un segundo por mi consulta. Oh, yeah, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait. You are the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Sí, yo mismo. Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. ¿Es tonto o qué? But you're Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney. Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you will have to try elsewhere. Please! I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. ¿Maya? Could it be...? Hombre, un poco se parecen. Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Nena, pero tú... Emma, ¿tú qué eres? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy or maybe just young. Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? Underage. Chicos, arriba esas manos. I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known. At my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job at my age, no less. Great, another future professional in training. Háblame del caso. So, what's this about the case? You said the trial's tomorrow. My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So, it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but that's interesting. How would she know Mia? So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal. Albeit a very unusual one. No sé qué es albeit. I believe investigation should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah, sure, can't fault her for lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Pero antes, what's your relationship with Mia? My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school, so they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah, pues hay que ir a ver a la hermanita, ¿no? Detention Center, let's go. Detention Center, visitor room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard? I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am. It's just your sister. No excuses! Or did you not want a raise this year, huh? Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Okay. Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry. Esta también se parece a Mia, no sé. What exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. ¿Cómo? You're a prosecutor? Es nuestra rival. Two sisters, one a lawyer? Could this be a coincidence? Emma? Lana? I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Es lo mismo que... Mia y Maya. Es decir, la relación es bastante similar. La hermana mayor, la hermana pequeña. There's something you should know from the start. Which is... The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect is... me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st, at 5:15 p.m. Cuidado, con esa información. That's quite specific. It was in the witness deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed as it were. Well, that's just great. ¿Quién es la víctima? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Oh. What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. Lana, ¿qué te pasa? So you're the chief prosecutor. That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this. I cut myself by accident when I stabbed him, that is. Huh? You're not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? ¿Tú qué tienes que ver con Mia? A ver. A few years above her in the school? Emma told you that, too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from the office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. It was my third year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. And doing pretty good in school too, by the way. It sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I am admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana! Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it. Lana, I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave it to you. ¿Cómo? You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed. After all, the case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. Está mintiendo, claramente, o algo. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. Hay algo que no cuadra. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister, she's not always like that, you know? I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling, everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Oh, okay. Llévate a ella, que no tiene nada que ver, es una forense, pero bueno. Vamos a ir al lugar del crimen. Uy, escaleras. So this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they were still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they're going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying not to stand out too much here, see? Hey there. You're expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? ¿Quién cojones es este? What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall? ¿Quién es este pavo? Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, bambina. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? No entiendo nada de este pavo. Eso es, tú bebe alcohol. You had a long home now. Happy trails, bambina. ¿Este pavo? Was that hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems? Joder, con el puto sheriff. A ver, escalera, ¿qué pacha? Ajá, a ladder. Hay un achievement que es tener todas las conversaciones de escalera versus fake escalera o algo así. That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. This is scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so familiar somehow. Look, a door. This must be in something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? A ver, esta cartera, ¿qué es? What's this? Huh? Excuse me, officer. Wait! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is the real basic. Anything at the crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. A foldable wallet found at the crime scene. There seems to be something inside. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling, I can tell. She's been waiting for this. Okay, now. Look at the court record. ¿Vale? What? You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now, let's start examining from every angle. ¿Cómo? HNBM. ¿Así? Ah, puedo hacerlo yo también. Oh, you should check it out. With a... Ah, que presione Enter. ¿Para qué no me sale Enter, loco? What? Police department? This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID, el que sea. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess. Though I don't see what science has to do with it. Acabamos de abrir una puta cartera. Esto no es scientific. Goodman's ID, an investigator's ID card, found at prosecutor's office crime scene. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Vale. ¿Puedo hacer algo más? No, solo esto. ¿Puedo analizar mi badge? This is what the back of the badge looks like. And I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, I'd be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. Mira, toma Easter. Echo. En fin. Hemos investigado por aquí un poquito. Examine. Esta es puerta. This is where the cars lived a lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose? Aha, the theory of relativity. Hostia puta. I've got to write this down. Huh? Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German or was he British? Mr. Relativity. Are you sure that was his name? Joder. Mr. Einstein, más bien. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears, no, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. So suspicious, eh? An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Vale, creo que no hay nada más por aquí. Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. Esta pava se le va bastante de la olla. A ver, esto es una salida de emergencia y está cerrada. Me parece un poco raro. ¿Y esto de aquí? Nada. Bueno, yo creo que ya lo he investigado todo. Así que... Ah, slide. A lo mejor todo no estaba investigado, ¿eh? Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff? Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to buy the bullet. Scary! Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang? With the body in her saddle, huh? Please. No problem, partner. About time you're Beatles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up Beatles, Saloon, Cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. Vale. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Vale, es decir que si vamos ahí, mal. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright, let's check it out. Excuse me, were you two all set? Us? Otra pava. What's this? She couldn't be. You are selling lunches? Here, this is a crime scene. ¿Cómo? Hello? Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like that type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up? Huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on the lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me. You're a slow one, aren't you? I was the one that witnessed the crime. I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, Kova Queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it, or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. A ver, la dominatrix, vamos a hablar. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know what the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the full misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den on iniquity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualm at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for a king of prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something full. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the Cover Queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones. The one they awarded yesterday, it was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. ¿Cómo? Really? Really? What? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Mrs. Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife, sir. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course. It's quite a feat, becoming a chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Angel, háblame de ti. Could we ask a bit about yourself, Mrs. Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No, only true connoisseurs can understand. Toma pecado! The kind you can only tell someone who has tried the General Tso's triplet lunch set. Oh, never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a triplet's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop it to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Mrs. Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Mrs. Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Ha! Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Mrs. Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That would be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking, Kova Queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Luego presento esto. About this card, Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, this is an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady, why? That's like showing a fine honey yet ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Era una prank, pero bueno. Ya he hablado todo con ella. Examine. Nada. Vale, por mucho que haga... Vale, aquí ya no puedo... Move. Pues vamos a irnos aquí al High Prosecutor's Office. Esto no suena. Hostia, es que yo lo tengo en la... Lo estoy tapando con la cámara. Un segundo. Voy a haceros así. ¿Veis esto? ¿Lo veis? ¿No suena a alguien? Esto de aquí. Espera, esto de aquí. En fin. Ahora volver a ponerlo ahí. Plop. Oh, quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What? That shield. It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? Este es Edgeworth, es mi hermano. That boy's... ¡Hombre! Mi hermano. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth. You know him from somewhere? Of course. I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once, and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. It was just... Mr. Wright here, he... Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Edgeworth, tenemos que hablar, hermano. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it, right? You think I did it, don't you? After you through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you are the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir, Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again. No, that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Well, wait, what did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. ¡Madre mía! Wright contra Edgeworth. No, Phoenix... No, sí, Wright contra Edgeworth. El combate del siglo. You, Mr. Edgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember the time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. Oh, what? That's crazy! Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's got to be a story behind that one. Lana Sky. Chief Prosecutor Sky, yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I've always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, She stabbed him with my knife. ¿Cómo? What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Usually no traces of victim's blood. No prints. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on. Can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Vale, hay que... Court evidence. Hay que chequear esto que flipas, ¿eh? This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always picture him as an outdoorsman. Now, there's a scary phone. Vamos a examinar un poco la habitación, ¿no? I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Mambo of prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K... That's... K stands for King? Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of the employee of the month, only better. Woo! Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be the Lucky Trial jacket. Lucky jacket. Right, I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind it. Why, that's why it's in frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Vale, por aquí creo que no habrá nada más. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy, is she Mr. Fiancé? ¿Cómo? I don't think so. Hostia, esto le envió la abuela esa de... Whoa! These are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with hate. He must have someone get them for him. Como Gamshu. Strange, why did I just picture Detective Gamshu? He must study this case report so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Oh, ajedrez. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knight have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair? Nah, it's nothing. Una referencia clara a que a Phoenix y Edgeworth. Sí, más referencias. Strange, why did I just picture? Maybe I'll take the name of the plugin as a souvenir. Yosuyu, nah. Vamos a revisar rápidamente esto. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Maldito Von Karma. Vale, a ver si hay algo más. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Kamshu works. Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe. We should ask him more about yesterday. Ahora sí que le podemos preguntar un poquito más a Edgeworth, vale. Could you tell me more about yesterday? The day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of all cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stop added to the court. Right? This is the parking stop from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. The murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Huh? ¿Y este pavo? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, no name at that kind, sir. Not in this report. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekings, sir. Officer Meekings. Right, Officer Meekings. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that race next month. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right? Yes, sir? He caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least. Venga, vamos al police department, venga. Poquito a poquito. Pero bueno. Ya se está acercando el final del episodio, ¿eh? Woof. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, I've only been here to criminal affairs. Next door, Hold on, what's that? Gente, disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know, this is the blue badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. What? Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Whoa, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! Ya mira, está corriendo hacia aquí. Gamshu. Hey, pal. Y tal cual. Hey, pal. What are you doing down here? That's my line, Detective Kamshu. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Vamos a hablar, Gamshu. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You'd better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. But why not, huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed the crime. He says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir! Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Kamshu? Me? Oh, well, nothing. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Kamshu, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister case and all. It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy there is our chief of detective. They're not letting any of us rank and file detective in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An officer marshal was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall, now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman? In charge of a crime scene? It's unheard of, pal. Vamos a examinar esto rápidamente y a ver qué nos dice. Ah, lo ha hecho Gamshu esto. You made this, Detective Gamshu? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. A work of art designed by the chief detective and Gamshu. ¿Cómo es esto? Una prueba, no sé. Ah, vale, solo es esto. No se investiga ni nada. Ok. Ah, vamos a mirar rápidamente esto, si nos puede dar información de algo. I'm Detective Gamshu. What can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey pal, this is Detective ID car. You can just keep that, you have to turn it in the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gamshu must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together? Whoa! No, I remember. Bruce Goodman, he's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gamshu? Háblanos de esta víctima, vamos. So, this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been all at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transfer, Mr. Edwards mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing, it's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. ¿Y esto? Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean. I mean, sure, of course you didn't do it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little bit more of Edgeworth. ¿Y esto? Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Oh, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award the shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Edgeworth travels. He's in a tough spot again. ¿Again? Cuando lo dijeron que él había matado, cuando realmente no. Mi hermano no. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal. There have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth forging everything. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They are practically shouting. But there is no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. We'll say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. Oh, what? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is... what was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. Boom! I'd be surprised if this gets anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. No sé si la cosa en la vida real funciona así, pero bueno. Habrá que chequear esto. Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter for Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus? $20? I think a couple of zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in that detective case. Maybe I should rethink my career as investigator. Madre mía, pobrecito Gumshoe. ¿No puedo abrir el papel? No, pues nada. Pues vamos a irnos otra vez al underground. Y aquí vamos a investigar un poco y terminamos. Oh, sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun slips. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Oh, hello! Why, the surprised looks, didn't I mention I've got a boyfriend in the criminal first too? What happened to the security guard? Tiene boyfriends por todos sitios. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost in its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who have lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime. Cold grave... Nada. Tengo que presentarle la prank esta, ¿no? You mind reading this for me? What's this? I warned you. Found letters to me. Go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Oh, that old cowdog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look where it should say letter of introduction. It says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a second. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective for hire? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Police investigators are like settling land. What? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Vale, ya está descartado. Could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner? Could you be a little bit more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a fisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stopped here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Mrs. Angel Starr. One stab to the chest and a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Vale, ya tenemos autopsy. One died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Vale. That was my sister involved with the victim. Ya veo muchas contradicciones, pero bueno. Funny, you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy show detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason, we're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd though. Detective Ganshi was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, huh? Edgeworth, that cowdog being kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Ganshi kicked out of the investigation? Madre mía. Bueno, vamos a examinar bien ahora que tenemos todo esto. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Ahora chequearlo. Right, let's check it out. Ah, que lo hacen solo. Ah, esto. ¡Hostia! This phone's still on the radial screen. Radial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all calls you've made and received. Just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about that. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like radial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. No se lleva ni 10 años, Cuidado. Whatever, let's check this phone out. A ver, esto es el 2001, 2002 o 2003. Es que... A ver. Now, to see who the owner of the phone was called. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes the button. Beep. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed radio on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard the phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that. Oh. I'm sorry. That was my phone. Oh, what? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Whoa, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Que me ha llamado a mí. Lo veis, ¿no? La pava nos llamó a nosotros. O a Mía. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. Venga, este episodio se está haciendo largo, ¿eh? What's this? Looks like some sort of note. Look, something's written on it. 675 o 615 12 del 2. No, esto es como un 75. Ah, 67S 12-2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, sir, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Notice it. For deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Vale, ya pillamos esto. Cambiamos de lado. Doc, Lana Sky. So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospectors tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall? Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You're my sister. You were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone is up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable, because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? There are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything for them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. What are you saying? What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Well, there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Kamshi was taken off the case? Did they target him because? So, well, now we're doing, Mr. Wright. We have an untouched report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she is not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? Y tanto. That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me about what you talk about? She hung up right away, I see. Vale. ¿Qué dijo? A detective is murder and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Veremos cómo continúa, así que, bueno, ya veremos cómo siga. Hoy ha sido un episodio larguito de 1 horita y poco. No está nada mal. Pero, bueno, habrá que ver cómo podemos seguir avanzando a muerte. Ya lo sabéis. Muchas gracias por ver el episodio. Espero que os haya gustado, que lo hayáis disfrutado. Y nos vemos en la próxima con más y mejor. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.